You've been hit by a smooth criminal. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing one of my favorites, Nicol Bolas, God-Pharaoh. He's the king of crime. His +2 takes from the top of your opponent's library. His -4 can deal direct damage, and his +1 and -12 do not exist, with one caveat. You can use the +1 on this card if your opponent and their creatures have hexproof. Because what's the point of, not activating anything? You may as well do something, click a button. But this deck is all about crime. It is a Grixis crime deck, and it can steal from every single zone. Whether we're reanimating from the graveyard or taking cards directly out of our opponent's hands, maybe we're even taking off the top of their deck, or maybe I'm just going to take from their graveyard and the battlefield at the same time. Nicol Bolas is clearly here to take everything from our opponents. The shell of this deck is a bit of a Grixis control deck, since you need to bank up enough mana to cast these expensive spells. And we've actually gotten some better aggro/mid-range cards recently, including a buff to cards like Poltergeist and some cards like Fear of Ridicule, which were added into Arena and can take creatures and clone them out of your opponent's deck. We're also able to reanimate all the graveyards, do some heisting, and some crabominations. This deck is trying to do every single type of crime at the same time, even stealing from the stack. So if you are a fan of playing your opponent's spells, look no further than Bolas and his petty theft. So let's take this deck into the queue and start committing some acts, some treasonous acts. Kefka Court Mage. Another Grixis baddie on the other side of the battlefield. I'm missing a color and I have a useless Gemstone Cavern, so I'm going to throw this back. And still, Gemstone Cavern says, oh, you're going first? Well, don't mind if I do. I'm just going to show up and wander my way in here. I'm going to grab some blue mana, so maybe I can Thought String Analyst. This is like Bob if it stole from your opponent's deck. Notably, this card is bugged right now, which might not be relevant. And if you're wondering, how is it bugged? Does it not steal correctly? It is not losing you life correctly. There's something up with it. So I will try to make up for that if it lives. Okay, it didn't live. Like if somebody, I don't know, if I got a 1-drop and I didn't lose a life, we could pay an additional life or something fetching. Unintentionally not using the bug. It's like I don't want to take advantage of it. I just love doing crime. And you all know that. Rather than hold up invert polarity, I'd rather play my talisman. Since I feel like next turn is where Kefka's gonna shine. 3 mana. I don't need a fetch, so I'm not gonna fetch. We have 2 counter spells, sort of. Invert Polarity and Weave the Nightmare. I'm trying to decide if I think they have, like, Tail's End, or Opposition Agent. What they have is not another land, so I'm going to heist from them, as we do. Alright, we got Angrass Rampage, Molten Impact, and Remand. I'll just take their counterspell, because they don't have any artifacts. Fear of Ridicule. If it hits them, I get to steal. Yeah, Remand's real nice when you're doing crime. Except if you steal a spell from them, and they remand you with the stolen spell on the stack, they get it back. You just missing lands there, Kefka? I'm gonna crack this. Have you been sitting on Stifle this whole time? No. Have your stifle back. Ooh, but that could get me to Bolas next turn. I don't think I'm playing Bolas next turn. I think I'm, living in fear. It felt like they had been holding a stifle because they had it on 1 blue. Oh, let's see if I can get the Fear of Ridicule in. They might use the stifle on that. Or they kill the crab! Technically not a crab, it's just a nightmare. Ugh, a crab nightmare. We can cast this at instant speed. And they're considering what they'd like to play. I'll tell you what I'd like to play. Your commander. I just really want to steal it. It would be fun for me. Probably not for them, but for me, yes. Crabs are not nightmares, they're just dreams. Aww. They could stifle the enter the battlefield on Triumphant Getaway. They don't. You're gonna let me steal twice? Oh, nope, they do. Okay. I could go for Bolas, but I think I still want to hold up my Invert Polarity for Big Boy Kefka. Let's see what I got. I could get anything. I could even get more crime. I don't care. Make your piles. Do you want to get on Mr. Bones' Wild Ride or off Mr. Bones' Wild Ride? Come on, show me the Kefka. I will also steal Mr. Bones. If given the opportunity. I would like Bones. Bones? Bones? Bones for Amy? Amy Bones? This could get countered. My Bones. Torched Bones. Nicol Bolas God-Pharaoh. Does he resolve? I'll pay 3. I have 3 mana. Give me your stuff. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Force of Will. I hate when I steal a spell I can't use. Namely, counter spells. I didn't need this demonic tutor. I was just going to use it to look for crime anyway. Play your Kefka, draw your cards. Yeah, at least it's a force that's not in their hand. Look at how many lands I hit, though. They had a huge land pocket on top of their deck. Okay, they actually spent their turn killing Bolas. I am going to tutor. And I would like bribery. Ooh, would I like Grenzo? I want Grenzo. It's free crime. Because that way I can do them all. If they kill him first, I don't get a free cast. That's fine. Into the Flood Maw, Talisman Indulgence, and Detective's Phoenix. I don't want any of these. Fine. Frog. Be in play, so Kefka doesn't get to draw additional cards. Oh yeah, they got tempted by the ring. They have no ring bearer, though. It was 6 lands on top, yes. Into the Flood Maw, I can give them fish to bounce things if they steal from me. Oh, look, a Pyrogoyf. Goodbye, Mr. Frog. Do they have many creatures in the graveyard or just the one? Just the one. Tasha. Tasha. Fetch me the bones. Yes, the ones they lit on fire. Thank you. Those are my bones. Mr. Bones? Mr. Bones? Give me Grenzo. Grenzo? I'm gonna need you in play right now. Heist him! Oh. Do I have 6 additional cards in my graveyard? Oh. Oh. Of course I want that! If I could bounce my own stuff back into my hand, I would, but I can't. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, whoop. 5, 6. Good enough. Giant eyeball. At the beginning of their turn, I manifest dread. Southie Voidwalker, because I can flip it up and it does a thing. In fact, I should be flipping it up whenever I have a chance. It has Shadow, which is like flying or horsemanship, except nothing else has it. Nice. Yeah, using your Cling to Dust might cause some trouble here. I flipped it up because that way this gets exiled. And less stuff in their graveyard is more stuff for me. Okay. I am not getting countered, right? Thank you. And... Wait. I have lethal. I have to kill them. When I have lethal, I have to kill. I can't just steal. No playing with your food. No chewing on Mr. Bones. And we win the game. Vivisa Orbital Overseer. Vivisa's an pure Bant value commander. I have a turn 1 Ragavan, so I'm going to keep, and they're probably going to be playing ramp and ramp and ramp. Maybe some landfall, maybe some blink. Vivisa is good enough that you can do multiple different things with it. I've seen Vivisa as an artifacts commander, since it guarantees, you know, artifacts, these lander tokens you get from it attacking in, or any of their creatures attacking in. All right, Mr. Monkey, what do you find? They did not Swords to Plowshares my Ragavan. Sun Pearl Kirin. Nothing here I want to be bouncing to my hand. I could still play it as just like another 2/1. Yeah, okay. Rather than just keep this mana for Return the Favor to, say, copy some effects, I'm just going to play this as an extra 2/1. Now, they probably have Cyclonic Rift somewhere in their deck, but I'm not ever going to say no to stealing. Even if it's not always the most tactically sound decision, I know what I like, and what I like is Prime. You know this. You've seen me play this deck so many times. If you watch my stream, by the way, and you're not just, like, watching on YouTube, I play this deck almost every single weekend. I don't usually record it, just because it takes a lot more effort, and I gotta, you know, I gotta work a little harder. Why work harder when you can work Crimere? Oh, hey, Felia. So they're definitely in a Vivisa Blink deck. I kind of guessed that from the Sun Pearl Kirin. Ragavan gets blocked. If they had left it alive, they could have bounced this back under their control. I think they're going to have artifacts for me to steal other than the landers. Maybe. I'm kind of left with nothing to do here. I can Return the Favor. I can copy an effect. Or redirect an effect. Yeah, I do love my crime time. It would probably surprise nobody to find out that I also play this sometimes off stream. Let me try to gift you a card. So I can steal a card. Remanded! And I can't play it again. I do not have double black. Okay. Okay. Sun Pearl Karen, going in. Thieving Skydiver. Death by 1,000 2/1s. Yeah, you'll make 2/1s also. It's fine. An Enlightened Tutor. What do we toot? Yeah, the instant speed tutors being added to Brawl, I feel have done nothing good for the format. Enlightened Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, Worldly Tutor. Okay, so they just went for Ristic Study here. Sure. You want to steal again? I feel like just chilling on my other instance. I don't want to let them draw. And I feel like I have good responses. I could pay the one. I could let them draw. But just holding all of this up sounds good. Okay, Parallax Wave? Sure. Very good little bits of control there. Also, that would give them their Sun Pearl Kirin back. Eventually. Oh, they probably thought I wanted to counter Vivisa. No, I wanted to steal its ability. You take 2 from the Skydiver? Nope. They're putting that one in jail, too. Alright. Time to steal. I will pay the 1. Oh, and they also have Rift for stealing. Ugh, and another tutor. How many cards do I have in my graveyard? Just 1, right? Yeah, just 1. Displace your kitten with the instance they have is pretty good. I'm gonna grab this Worldly Tutor for myself. I already have a very fun creature in hand. A Brainstorm! Putting some cards in hand and then putting some back on top of their deck. Probably looking for lands. You know, you could just play Vivisa instead of brainstorming. Vivisa makes lands. That's not what they want. I feel like, based on all these toots, I could be doing a Worldly Tutor for our good friend, Opposition Agent. What land are you making? A station. I can kill Vivisa using Bitter Triumph, letting them draw. I'd kind of just like to draw a land. Yep, I'll pay 3 life. I will not pay the 1. You gonna Parallax Wave it? Cool. So this is going to crack open in 2 turns. Another land. Let's see. What would she grab from the graveyard? It'd probably give me Enlightened Tutor. The goodie bag's about to pop. Vivisa, what you got? Library of Alexandria. They're looking at their graveyard. That's probably them going for the Treasure Cruise. I could go for a Treasure Cruise, too. Yeah, sure, I can pay the 1. What? I want value. You Ancestral Recall? I had to pay 3 for it. That's like, I have to actually pay for my spells. Crazy, I know. Okay, if I were to grab any creature, what would I want? It would be your creatures. Birds of Paradise. Cry. If I do that, I'd be letting them draw, which, admittedly, They would have to discard. Or play another spell. Yeah. I don't know. Crabs. I want crabs. I want Crabomination. It's fun. Ooh, or Grenzo. Shaldred. Axivar. Ooh, I could play Axivar and Azula. Let's go Grenzo. He knows what he's here for. He's here for crime. Okay, they're flashing at a Demi, so they don't have to discard. I do remember we saw that. Will I pay the one? No, have fun drawing. They're like, ooh, but I'm gonna get more stuff. I don't care, let me steal. I know you have Cyclonic Rift. I don't care, let me steal. Alright, Skyclave, Thassa, Honda. I can have this for free. I can use this to hit the Ristic Study. So I don't have to pay the one anymore. Boop. I had to double check the wording on Parallax Wave. I know that there's... Because this is a triggered when this leaves the battlefield, there is a thing you can do with Parallax Wave that, like, you can stifle it when it comes back. Or, like, Parallax Tide. Whatever the one is that also exiles lands. Yeah, it gets silly. Bavisa makes a land. What's with the rainbow? They made 2 lands off Bavisa that were not in the colors of their deck. Because you get to choose. You get to choose the color. But you gonna start sacrificing? You need another black source for that. Birds of Paradise, giving them even more mana. They're tapping with the black mana. Starting Town also can get the mana of any color. Riptide Gearhulk, going to fetch them a card back into their deck, or put a card back into my deck. Okay, so they put Grenzo away. Fair. Got themselves a fetch. And now they have 7 cards in hand if they want to use their Library of Alexandria. And they can do that on my turn as well. Blue. Also, if they have a board wipe, they could protect their critters. Oh, Thassa! Hey, we saw that on the heist. I guess you blink Gearhulk? If you blink Vivisa, you get a land. If you blink Gearhulk, you can get rid of one of my creatures. I think Gearhulk's right. Hit that Skydiver. No, they're putting the Apparition back in their hand and giving themselves a 3/3. Oh, I'm so close to being able to kill them with Bolas. I know what I want to do. I want to steal. What else is new? Me, you, spells, give. Yes, poor Amy. I attack. Don't run it if you don't want your opponent to steal it. That's the moral of the story. I'm off by 1. Oh, man. And we know what's on top now. So Skyclave Apparition. If you're wondering, what do I mean off by 1? If I attack in for 2, bring to 8, I can minus. Okay. Well. Skyclave. Thassa. I guess Azula? And hold up Invert Polarity. I'm double checking the tapping here. Looks good. They get to choose a non-token creature that I could cast, and a card from their graveyard. What's it gonna be? Parallax Wave, Worldly Tutor, Treasure Cruise. Oh, it's not gonna be Temporal Manipulation. At least it shouldn't be. Alright, how many cards do I have in my graveyard? 4. Okay, I will play this Birds of Paradise. And I will attack in for 2. I don't really need to protect Bolas, because if they're getting rid of him, the way that they want to get rid of him is just, like, kill them all at once. I'm not really in threat of the lethal. I have an invert polarity. I have so many cards in hand. Thanks for that extra turn, though. That was very chill. And if Bolas has 4 loyalty, I can do the minus. Ooh! Well, since invert polarity is not going to work on anything once this lands, I gotta fire it off. And I stole it! That's my voice. You still got 7 mana for, good old bouncing? Yeah, they still have that, right? The Cyclonic Rift? I don't know if it got shuffled away. I don't remember if they fetched. Wait, can they get 2 almost lethal? I can block 1 thing with Birds of Paradise. If they 0 here, this is what gets blocked. It'd be 4 plus 5, 9. That would be to 12 to 16. Nope, not lethal. Okay. We don't gotta worry about it. And it will double the lander tokens. The number went down. They paid a life, putting them in Bolas -7 or 7 damage range. Once it's my turn, they can't do anything. I guess they could activate abilities. Like Ademi of the Silk Shoots. Alright, so they're going ka-chunk. This having Vigilance means it's a little harder for me to swing back for lethal. No matter how I block, I believe Bolas is dead here. Yep. Oh no, rip Bolas. They have the mana up to activate abilities. They did get 2 landers. Thanks to the power of Birds of Paradise. Bolas might still be able to land next turn. What else you got? I know you could station a planet. But can you stop me from casting my commander again? No. Can you prevent 7 damage to your face? No. Thank you, Voice of Victory. You made that so much more secure. Not a loser. They're a winner. A luge discounts your instance, which means that they can have free counter spells, which I don't like. They just gotta flood their islands. I gotta turn to Douthie Voidwalker, which isn't the most impressive against a mono blue deck, but in general, my deck really struggles against mono blue because Nicol Bolas' steal ability, which is the whole reason he is the commander, that +2 right there. All I ever get are more counter spells that I can only use until the end of my turn, which is not what I want. If I wanted free counter spells, I would put Force of Will into my deck. I don't have Force of Will in this deck. That's not what we're doing here. We're doing crime. And not committing crimes, that's different. Oh wow, okay, an aggressive subtlety. They really don't want me having that Douthie Voidwalker. That makes me really want to have the Douthie Voidwalker. So I'll keep it on top. Just in case they've got something that taxes for 1, I'll play the land first. Douthie Voidwalker in play. Is it gonna get bounced back into my hand? No, they're playing Malcolm. Now Malcolm is going to be discarding and casting things eventually for free. Malcolm's just gotta build up a couple chorus counters. This is another one of those mono blue evasive commanders. Malcolm, Eluge, you've got like your Kataras, your Wanshitongs. What makes Malcolm though so strong is that he has flash. Also, apparently I ain't walking here. Dang. I can go for Gaunty, or I could go to Ramp. Let me try to Ramp. Doomblade, Growth Spiral, and Lightning Helix. Well, let it be said, blue cards do die to Doomblade. A fish. An elemental fish. They flood their nesting grounds. It is now an island. And now the first instant or sorcery they cast will cost 1 less. Gross. So at 2 mana, that could just be like actual factual counterspell. Let me try to kill the fish. Does it work? Nagate. Alright, next up, Gaunty. If I can't beat him, block him. Wow, yep, you are a Force Spike gamer. I'm gonna take that Dispel. Again, like, stealing counterspells is so boring. It's like, oh boy, I can counter their counterspell. I don't want to steal counterspells. I want to steal things. Eluge dies, Gaunty dies, and Malcolm is now up to 3 chorus counters. Singing that song with all of his heart. And soon he starts casting things for free. You just replay Eluge. Yep. And these floods stick around. So now they get a discount of 3. I can't afford this and that. I'm still going to go for this Triumphant Getaway. Alright, we got Watchaway, Sapphire Medallion, and Archmage Emeritus. I guess my commander's technically blue. This will not make this cost 0. You still have to pay for the colored pip. They could also have a large bounce spell, which would help them get their stolen goods back. So what do you guys think they're gonna get? Malcolm's casting for free here. I'm gonna hope for a whole lot of nothing. Yep, that's a land. Whole lot of nothing. With the discount on Bolas, we're gonna try to bring him out. And remember, I have the Stolen, Dispel, and Cryptic command. Let me steal! Could be worse. I get damage in through the Triumphant Getaway. Yeah. Which spell did I steal? This spell. I would like to tap your creatures and draw a card. Force of Negation! Why did... I really want to swing. Okay. Alright, what are you getting for free this time? Nothing? They just have so many counter spells. Alright, well, let's see if I can steal something. Katara, sure. It deals 2 damage. Yeah, it's technically something. I will attempt to be virtuous. Not so fast! I stole Dispel from you! That's what it's called. It's called Dispel. Do I still have 7 mana? No. Bonk. Katara's just going to be a chump blocker for me. I'm probably not going to be building up much experience since I would have to cast instants on their turn, which I have some instants in my deck. Stealing counter spells, kill spells, but like not enough to really make use of her. Ooh, they're cruising. And they do it for free because Aluge actually discounts the blue pips. You don't even have to pay to blue. Yeah, they got mad free spells. How do I still have 19 life? That's wild. No! You're not even gonna let me tap stuff first? I hate that it does this because it's like, no, I should be able to tap Talisman so I can recast this. It's a priority bug in Arena. These are all for creatures. Oh, I didn't get to see the second batch. What did I get? Oh, Sink into Stupor. What about Archmage Emeritus, who just loves showing up? Alright, so we know what they got there. None of those are instants, so they can't cast those for free. Bolas. Oh, they happen to have Wash Away as the one card we didn't know about. Okay. I want one thing and one thing only. Crime. You just play Sapphire Medallion, Katara. It's like, you don't have anything to draw here, right? All of these are already islands, so Aluge doesn't get any bigger. And we know that the card in their hand is Brineborn Cutthroat. And it will be for me. My Brineborn Cutthroat? You better cast it. Bring it out here. Come on, you know you wanna. And the spell on the top of their deck is nothing. Don't worry, guys. He's not just a crab. He's a crab hero! I can't play these as lands. What if I could? They draw and discard Geyser Drake. Oh, we saw that on one of the steals. To maintain my life total, I'm probably going to have to like sink into Stupor the Aluge. Because casting Stoling Spells maintains my life total. And Bolas as a blocker, since, I don't know, making Aluge cost 2 more ain't nothing. Rawr. I miss when I had Sapphire Medallion. Hi, Aluge! Do you want to move counters onto things? I'm trying to think if there's any creature here that could get me there. Potentially, yes.
I was fighting dragons when I was truly fighting ants.
Unleash the crab! This crab really wants to be a superhero. Yep. Nice. Did you get another land? I mean, swinging with Katara could get you something else. I'm actually surprised they didn't hold the land and, like, attack Bolas with the things that aren't Ailuge. Divert disaster. Okay, so that wouldn't have done anything. You're really digging deep on those counter spells. And I should be able to kill them, right? I just have to counter my own spell with a Jawari disruption. Alright, so we'll put on full control mode. And I'll cast Talisman of Dominance. And with it on the stack, we target it, because that is a stolen spell. And that wins us the game. And shucks. I can even pay the one! Leovold, Emissary of Trest. If I target him or their creatures, they'll draw a card. And if I try to draw a card, I don't. I just don't get to. Because he's mean. He says no card draw allowed. And then sometimes he'll be like, ooh, but what if all players drew a whole bunch of cards? Haha, just kidding. Only me. He's really annoying. Alright, so they have a Spell Snare. I actually don't have anything snareable in my hand. Bitter Triumph. Uro. I'll put the Uro in their graveyard. And I can reanimate it. Just to draw a card. I gotta draw cards before Leovold's in play. Oh! Low Tekken! Thank you so much for the sub. Let me surveil first. Who knows? Maybe I'll get something tasty in my graveyard. And Chaos Freak! Chaos Freak? Low Tekken, thank you both so much for subscribing to my channel, helping support me in what I do. And what I do is crime. Behold. Crimes. I'd say most of the 2 mana value things in my deck are some small creatures that do crime and mana rocks. I guess I also have like 1 counter spell at that cost. Yeah, that sounds right. Thundering Falls. I already have double black, so I do want a little more blue. Azula going into the graveyard. Now they might be able to reanimate her, but I'm just a little too far from her. 2 mana? It's further than you'd think. Hell yeah. Thank you for using that Prime sub, Chaos Freak. That is appreciated. Alright, so there's Leovold. Ugh. Am I willing to burn a board wipe just for him? To avoid targeting him? Yeah, of course I am. I hate this guy. Oh! And Kaze Espada, who I believe I was playing against in one of the earlier matches, also subscribed. Thank you! I hope that you enjoyed having your card stolen. Or at least tolerated having your card stolen. Hi, Leovold. So they're tapped out, which means I get to commit some acts of bribery. Oh my god, there's another sub. Thank you, Justinilio, for the sub. This is going to draw them a card. And I'm just hoping they don't get a free counter spell. Good. Alright, so what do they have? Wow, like nothing I really want. Rusko gives me the most guaranteed lasting aspect. Sheoldred. She's annoying. I'll go for Sheoldred. I don't get to draw additional cards. Yeah, it's one of those, like, it makes them use the Bitter Triumph. They are able to bring out Uro this turn, but they would rather search for his Kanta. I target this, I get 2 of their cards, but they get 1 of their cards, which, ugh, lame. But I really need to steal. It's like all I know in this world is stealing. Yes, draw your card. And then let me have 2 of your cards. I won't be able to cast that unless I steal a green source or make a treasure for a green source. Here's a Thief of Sanity. Yeah, I just can't believe it. It transformed! Oh! Legitimate business guy. Here comes Uro. Doing Uro things. Yeah, that's a 6/6. My thief went legit. Ravnican's in shambles. Their favorite criminal defeated. Yeah, a lot of my deck commits crimes, which Leopold is like, ooh, yum, yum, yum. This targets. This targets. By golly, we're all targeting here. It'd be so cool if I had their Leopold. I do have ways to steal Leopold, just not here. Hi, opposition agent. They also would like to do crime. As Kanta is going to look at the top cards, yeah, Oasis of Renewal. It's, this card to me is another one of those, oh, nice approach, alchemy designers. Unfortunately, it shouldn't trigger when it enters. It should just, like, trigger by doing the thing it says on the card. Hey, my dragon! My graveyard! Rude. Grenzo, can you steal something useful? Yeah, I know. Look, I could cast the Growth Spiral for free and draw nothing! Go! Glarb! A land. Thank you, Glarb. Ooh, Vimian, thank you for the sub. Hold up. Growth Spiral. I can draw nothing, but I can still cast this for free. Look. No, I can draw 1 card. Ha-ha! Yep. They have lethal. Okay. That was just spiteful. Okay, you still have... Okay. Dude, you've had lethal. Quain, Itinerant Meddler. Ooh, you don't see Quain very often in Brawl. Quain is about some symmetrical card draw, because you get to let both players draw and gain life. A little bit of group hug and 1v1. My guess is this is just blue-white tempo, maybe with a little bit of card draw payoff. It's the Hug Bunny, and he's pulling a strawberry out of his hat to share with all of his friends. I want to be one of his friends. He's so cute. Somebody appears to have a free counterspell. Or maybe it's like a Solitude, I don't know. Ragavan. Show me their cards! By stealing one off the top of their library. Okay, Path to Exile. I'm gonna see what's in their hand, but I might end up pathing Ragavan. For mana. Because I can. Or pathing Valky. Okay, so I have a Subtlety. What the hell was that sound? Is that the sound that Subtlety makes? Marine Revealed, Arcane, Mystic, Tail's End, into the Flood Maw. Yeah. You can have your Subtlety. I want a land. This is ramp. We keep Monkey because Monkey is ramp. Sure, they could play Quain. I can kill Quain. Very quaint. And they can't counter that with the free spell that they have, Subtlety. Yeah, based on the a number of Blinky Bounty countery things, I feel like the things we steal from them will not be very good. But hey, I managed to steal ramp, sort of, enough. It counts. Cast a spell, steal a spell. Sword's a monkey. Play a tap land. They have an artifact I might be able to steal in 2 turns, so I'll go for the Undercity Sewers. I could have also gone for Displacer Kitten. Throw that in the graveyard. Yeah, Displacer Kitten is very good with Bolas, since if you get a non-creature spell you can cast, you can blink Bolas and do it again. Looks to me like they're not playing much of anything. See if we can get a counter spell used on Displacer Kitten. This is, I would say, a spell worth getting rid of. Like, you Subtlety this. You get rid of it somehow. Maybe just bounce it back into my hand. Yeah, this is a removal magnet, as it should be. Yeah, so they're just putting it back into my hand. They don't even need to give me a fish. A meticulous archive. Kitten displaced. Come on, play the rock. Yes. Then Quain. Yes! Good. Okay, so, like, yes, they can counter Thieving Skydiver. And that's okay. Because I know what I want. And it's your Arcane Signet. I'll pay X equals 2. They didn't counter it. This is for me. Great. Awesome. Yoinked. Very, very late Library of Alexandria. I'll go to kill Quain. Quain, would you like us both to draw? Of course I want to draw. Thank you. I assume they have, like, the punishing additional draws. We know they have a Tail's End. So I'll go for a Talisman. I'll swing in with my 2/1. They could flash out Subtlety just to block this. They don't want to. And here's Breach the Multiverse. The 2 spells I know about can't counter it, but that doesn't mean they don't have something else. I mean, based on what we've seen, they have interaction. Well, not enough interaction. Lumra, Bellow of the Woods. I played against this same Lumra twice today. Or I should say the same player. They were on a different deck. I want to say they were on... was it Katara? Because we were talking about Free Shavakadu, because everybody loves Free Shavakadu. But does everybody love Lumra? The combo bear that's going to take its lands, put them into play, and loop itself until it wins the game? Yeah, maybe. I don't love it, because it's very annoying to play against. There's a certain inevitability when it comes to playing against lands decks that, you know, it can be hard to deal with. Oh, it was, yes, they were on Plagan. I played against their Plagan deck twice. One Ring, Nature's Rhythm, Sylvan Safekeeper. Safekeeper is oftentimes what they are tutoring for on Nature's Rhythm. The One Ring is the One Ring. I'll take this, though, just to keep it away from them. Yeah, I played against them on Plagan. So that's one of the parts of the combo. If you have Command Beacon and a way to bring in lands untapped, and a way to sacrifice your lands, so say Spelunking and Sylvan Safekeeper, you can just keep looping Lumra, get all the lands from your deck into play, and get the enter the battlefields of certain lands, like ones that deal damage. So they tutored for an Ice Till here. I can't wash away it because I don't have double blue. So I'll play Thieving Aven. It could have been a different account with the same name, with the same misspelling and the same cadence? I don't think so. So Malevolent Rumble, going to get them another land and start putting more lands in their graveyard. They have a Crumbling Vestige and a Windswept Heath. They also have an Esper Origins in the grave. Fanatic of Rona, so this puts them to a lot of mana next turn, potentially Lumrang. See what I steal. Burgeoning Tireless Provisioner and Arboreal Grazer. I don't have double blue. I can't bribery. So instead, we're just going to get our triggers. And maybe they won't tap Delighted Halfling. Auto Tapper loves forgetting about Delighted Halfling. Insect? You gonna bug me? Bugs. Bug. Bug. Let's get them another mana. Bug. Petrified Field. Drop rotation. To get a specific land ready for Lumra. Is it Mirror Pool? Lotus Field. Since they don't have their sacrifice piece. Because I have it. Now they can untap Lotus Field with Formidable Speaker, turning 1 mana into 3 mana. So they would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So lets them continuously sacrifice their lands. Alright, so I'll wash away Esper Origins because I know I can't hit their commander. I'll swing first and then go for bribery. And I think that it's just Primeval Titan. Continue to steal the cards out of their library that I think are going to make the biggest impact. If they had them, Landfall, make mana. Okay, World Sire, I do not have enough for. Nyxbloom Ancient, Mythweaver Pock. Traveling Chocobo could be actually helpful to me here, since I'm missing lands. Or we could just go for Nyxbloom and say, I'll triple my mana next turn. They don't have, no, they don't have a Primeval Titan. I didn't see it get milled. It's not in exile. It's not in their hand. Triple my mana. Triple the fun. Yes, they, the card that was on a very far side was Famished World Sire, which lets you sacrifice all of your lands and then look at 3 times that many cards in the top of your library and take any lands from that and put them into play. Here's Lumra. They can, in response, sacrifice all of the lands they have here. Because they will all come back into play. They will all be milled off the ice till. And they have 7, 8, 9 more mana minimum. So they could actually replay Lumra and do it again. Yep. They do it. Yep. 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 This is very slow on Arena. Yeah, you can't just, like, sweep up all your cards, put them in the graveyard, put them all back, count them up. All right, Colony Garden. They mill. They mill. Still milling. Oh, there's Mirror Pool. Allosaurus Shepherd. 1 ring. There's another mana. Yeah, if you want to see slow, they're going to do that and bring all of these into play. At least the only landfall they have is Ice Till. But they're gaining a ton of life as they do this. Yeah, this is Sylvan Safekeeper. Every single time something gets activated or I just have priority is like, do you want to sacrifice your lands? No, I don't. And they'll get at least 1 more mana. But, like, right now, the thing that they don't have is, like, a Tireless Provisioner, or a Nissa, or a Lotus Cobra, or Spelunking. What they are doing, though, is gaining a ton of life, getting all the Enter the Battlefields off all these lands. And also, they're just getting a ton of mana. Like, Lumra does become an unstoppable threat. I'm not sure if they are, I'm not sure if you kill her here if you leave 1 in play. Okay, they're killing her again. They go on a mill. They do get 1 mana each of these loops. Oh, they're going to be down more than half their library. Because once they mill, this is what? 17 lands that came into play? 25 lands that came into play? Jeez. Alright, there's a Shifting Woodland. There's a Nykthos. Timeless Witness in the graveyard. So next turn, I assume they milled another key piece. There are multiple things, by the way, that can bring in things untapped. But Spelunking, I think, is the most common one. There are only 23 cards left in their deck. Yeah, did they... Yeah, I don't... Oh, there's Vigorous Farming. Vigorous Farming would work. Okay, so now I have triple mana. Chip, chip, chip. We steal first. Always and forever. All I know is crime. 1, 2... Oh, I can attack with this, too. Nice. Yeah, to deal with their, what, 55 life? Lotus Cobra, Utopia Sprawl, and 6. This only works for tapping mana. So, like, I can pay mana to just get more mana out of these. I should still have enough for Bolas. Why don't you want to use that funky floating mana? Bolas. Gimme. That's it, explore. Yeah, it'll triple the treasure mana. But I did not get the things I wanted here. I guess I'll eat a food, since I don't need more mana. I already have enough to do what I need to do. Yum yum. Tasty, tasty. Card successfully stolen! So yes, they can bring back all of these lands. But they're not... What do you get off Zenith? Uncountable green spells. Okay, because they have enough mana... that allows them to get the spelunking. And if you're like, Amy, why not just hit this? Oh, no, it's already milled, right? So they tutored. Yeah, there it is. It's in the graveyard. You like my very nice Thieving Haven? Thank you. Can't be countered. So now we get to watch them gain more life and mill themselves to death? I don't know. I think you needed to kill your Ice Till Explorer. Brawl, Monsoon Mage. Well, I can see what their thoughts are. And they can spell sling. Discounting their spells and then flipping over. So they can deal damage, cast more spells, and continue to discount. Okay. Nope. Maybe. They can discount this. Can't discount this. Can't discount this. Can't discount that. It's a standoff. You and I! Rivals. Check it out, Cool Rock. They're going to look, try to find, seek the cards that bring them victory. Like a Mind's Desire. I imagine they either clicked wrong or they got really bad options. Huh. Because you get to choose one to go back in your deck. Why wouldn't you want Mind's Desire? It's a cool Storm card. Alright, well, I'll try to steal because you're not playing anything. My spells don't do anything until you play something. Okay, Seize the Spoils, Artist Talent, Memory Leaps. I will take your interaction, and it will become my interaction. Go, Deathly Voidwalker. What the hell was that? One second. My entire building just shook. And not in like a regular way? Am I haunted? Wait, you could hear it? You're mauled. Yeah, was there like an explosion? It felt like an explosion. No. I'll be right back. Hi, so you're probably wondering what that was. There was a meteor that exploded above the water next to Boston while I was recording this. It sent out a shockwave that shook my building. It was very loud. You didn't really hear it in the video, but it was felt and heard for like a 40-mile radius around the city. And yeah, nobody knew what it was for like 30 minutes because everybody's thinking, oh, that's weird. Did something explode near me? No, people can hear it like 20 miles away. Because there were even people in my chat who were asking, oh, wait, but I'm nowhere near you, and I heard it too. Everybody in like coastal Massachusetts heard whatever the heck this was. And eventually, because it wasn't showing up on the USGS like earthquake map, and there was something identifying the explosion in the sky through like meteorological satellite maps, we were able to tell, hey, it was a meteor that exploded. I wasn't able to tell, but people who know more about it than I do were able to tell me. Yeah, I spent like 20 plus minutes. This completely derailed the stream looking at like the police scanner and Reddit threads and like social media all over the place to try to figure out what the heck was happening because everybody was just saying, hey, there's a big loud noise. Yeah, there was a really big noise. It was a meteor exploding in the sky next to Boston, which is crazy. So anyway, that's why the video ends there. I'm fine. I think the city's fine too. It was just a weird thing that happened. Anyway, Nicol Bolas is still great. This is a really fun deck. Do you like to do crime? Yes, me too. So if you want to check out my deck, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander for me to revisit and hopefully not get interrupted by a meteor please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.